What's up, everybody? This is Drew Page. In this video, we are going to break down Season 2, Episode 6 of Undercover Billionaire featuring Elaine Culotti. Let's go.
They're going undercover in cities they've never been to with only $100, a cell phone with no contacts, and an old truck. All they'll have are the business principles they use to become successful. At the end of 90 days, all three businesses will be independently evaluated.
If it's a penny short of $1 million, I'll put in $1 million.
You know the drill. Each of these investors has 90 days to turn $100 into $1 million business with nothing but a contactless cell phone and an old pickup truck. If you haven't been caught up with all of my Undercover Billionaire analysis, you can click on the Undercover Billionaire playlist in the description below. You can also get a copy of my book, The Right Defense for a Traffic Offense in Virginia, by clicking on the Amazon link below. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel and like this video to help with the algorithm. We pick up with Elaine after episode 5, where she has secured an investor for the Shepherd's Inn. $250,000 as a partner to join in the Shepherd's Inn. Let's see what Elaine has up her sleeve in episode 6.
So the question is, how many different ways can the Shepherd's Inn make money? So business plan 101. So what you do is you create revenue tranches. We have rents as a tranche of ours because of upstairs.
Anna Tasier is the franchise owner of the Clovis Meat Market. We're going to be partners in the Shepherd's Inn. She not only can supply the meat to the grocery store, but she also knows how to own and operate a deli, and I need Anna for her expertise in those two areas. I need her money for everything.
Elaine reaches out to Ann and has Ann come to the business to meet with her and her team. And now at this point, she is explaining to Ann the different ideas for what she calls tranches of income. So she explains that the deli is a tranche, the grocery store is a tranche, the hotel is a tranche. When she says the word tranche, what she's referring to are what most people call multiple streams of income. But the key is in taking this away is that when you're trying to get an investor to come in, you want to show them the way the investor is going to make money. And the way that they are going to make money are looking at the multiple streams of income and how they are going to get their investment back plus a profit. So Elaine is laying out for Ann what her plans are for multiple streams of income, what she calls tranches.
My goal is to find a new tranche that I can get Anna excited about and lock in our partnership in writing.
Normally at this stage of negotiations, we should really write what's called a letter of intent. Right. We should write up what all the parties are thinking of engaging into. I'm gonna spend some time on it. I've been working on it though. Would you like it in a narrative form? All right.
However, I just need it.
As a lawyer, this segment is very close to my heart. When you're negotiating with someone about entering into a partnership relationship with them, you are foolish if you do not get it put in writing in a contract or in a letter of intent, explaining the terms and details and obligations and benefits of entering into a partnership agreement with an investor. And at this stage, Elaine is saying, hey, look, we've shown you the business. You've told me you want to give $250,000 as an investment into the business. So we need to start getting some of this stuff in writing and nailing down the terms. Ann has already mentioned the fact that she's married. So I envision that there could potentially be a problem if she has not already convinced her husband to join in this investment. As I mentioned in the last video, which you can get access to by clicking on the Undercover Billionaire playlist in the description below, that when I make an investment decision, I always involve my wife in that decision, and I do that before I even make an agreement with somebody, because I don't want to cause marital friction that's going to hurt me in the long run in order to get some short-term investment gain. Now, some people value their money more than they do their family, and that's for them. That's not for me. I want to make sure that my wife is engaged in this process. As they've always said, happy wife, happy life. I'm sure Elaine is probably feeling nervous about the fact that there isn't anything in writing at this point, and so she brings that up. And that's something that you've got to be bold with when you're looking for an investor. You need to nail them down on an agreement Otherwise, they'll be able to just walk away, and then you're going to be left holding the bag. So you need to make sure that you get these terms in writing.
Russ had told me about this great building next door.
And I realized you could use it for a drive-through farmer's market.
So I took the guy's name off the sign. It's Cameron. How much is it?
40 cents.
So that comes up to like, what, $3,500 a month?
3,600, I think.
Really?
Yeah. I'll sign the lease right now if you want to do it.
Yeah, I do want to do it.
It's freestanding boat trust space. You can climate control it. And whoever bought it and put the new doors inside of it spent a great deal of money doing these huge roll-up doors. It could be anything.
This is the one thing I miss from my house so much.
I'm going to hopefully turn the boat trust building into some sort of permanent installation farmer's market.
On each side, you could have containers to keep everything cold. How long of a lease would we have to sign?
We want a 5-year, 2.5% increase per year.
Can't get any damn increases on a parking garage. This is the best thing ever. Can you get me the inversion machine in the lease deal?
Sure.
This is beautiful. When you go into any community to start any new venture, you have to leverage the resource. What do people do best in the place that you are in? This town is about farming. That resource I will leverage to $1 million.
Elaine finds a new building that she can lease for $3,600 a month. Now, what is she going to use it for? She doesn't know yet. Because when you find a good deal, sometimes the smart play is to go ahead and lock it in and then worry about how you're going to use it later. Elaine sees an opportunity here to use it as a farmer's market that's open to local farmers to be able to get produce there, which will help her with distribution. That's kind of the idea she seems to be leaning toward, but she's not certain how it will all come together. But the important thing is that she's found something that is reasonably priced at $3,600 a month, and it comes with fitness equipment so she can get her exercise in that she hasn't been able to do. But the principle is make sure that you are always looking for opportunities, even those that are somewhat outside the box. Just keep an eye out for opportunities and open doors as an entrepreneur so that you can figure out ways to expand and grow your business.
But I have not heard from her about when she's going to be signing the LOI.
She's got to talk to her husband. I haven't got a yes yet, so the pressure is really on.
I'm excited about bringing you in. We're fully equipped to go on. When you're talking about partnerships and you're, going at the speed that we're going, it's important to not be afraid of it or you can't dive into it. Right, it's a big deal. So I'm going to go straight to the LOI. The terms of the LOI are fairly basic. It's a total ask of $250,000.
If it was up to me, I'd be all in. But we sat down and talked, and Steve was not having it. So it's probably a no.
Wow, that's just... The rest of this video, frankly, is going to be breaking down this conversation between Elaine and Ann. Few things here. Number one, don't ever throw your spouse under the bus. Ann says, well, if it was up to me, Elaine, then we would be doing it. But my dirtbag husband over here, he's not willing to go along with it, so blame him. That is such a cheap, disgusting way of getting out of a deal. Just throw your spouse under the bus or throw your other business partner under the... Oh, if it was up to me, I'm the white knight here. It's kind of like when you go to a car lot and you're trying to negotiate the price of a vehicle with the salesman, and they go in and see the evil finance manager. I got to run it by him. Hey, if it's up to me, we're going to be good to go. I'm going to try to do my best. And he goes inside and has a cup of coffee and twiddles around and does whatever he does, and then comes back out and says, I'm so sorry. I was in there fighting for you, but that mean office manager, he would just not let me sell it for the price. But here's what I can do. That is just so sleazy. I'm really disappointed in Ann here in throwing her husband. If I was her husband and this was shown on national television like this, where it makes me look like I'm the bad guy here, I mean, that's just wrong. Don't do that to your spouse. That is cheap. That is annoying. And then the other thing about it is that she's not giving any indication to Elaine that this was a possibility. I mean, this comes way out of left field. You need to be upfront with your potential business partners. If you're not going to be in, then just don't be in. Don't string people along. Don't drag people along for the ride. I'm sure this lady's a nice lady, but this is not the way to do business. This is not a way to grow relationships. This is not the right way to go about it. And this is just very disappointing. And I'm sure that Elaine is devastated as well.
But with that being said, I would still like to be part of this in some way.
Okay. So I don't want to give you $250,000. I don't want to invest in what you're doing, but I want to be involved in some way. I mean, what does that even mean? I mean, is she wanting what? I have no idea what that means. What does it mean to be involved in some way? She already doesn't believe in the downtown area. That's been made clear in not only this episode, but in several other episodes, that she says that the downtown area of Fresno is a tough nut to crack. So we already know she doesn't believe in the area. She doesn't believe that the business can succeed. So that's just another throwaway. When you're giving somebody bad news, you just act like you want to still be involved. I mean, I don't understand that. If you don't want to be involved, just don't be involved. Don't turn around and say, oh, I'm not going to invest in you, but I want to be involved in some way. I mean, I don't understand what that means. So maybe as the future episodes develop, we'll get to know more about that. But as of right now, that just seems like a sellout statement. I'd be interested to know what you think. Put in the comments below. Do you think that this is the way to do business? Is this the way to break news that you're cutting ties? Put in the comments what you think about that. Maybe I'm just being too harsh. But being a business owner for many, many years now, I've never treated people like this, and I just don't understand it.
The only investor that I can work with is the one person in Fresno I trust the most, and that's Russell Stone. I need to convince Russell to take on an SBA loan. But Shepherd's Inn qualifies for up to $150,000. I mean, that's the maximum.
I know a lot about the SBA loans. I'm very familiar with them, especially during this time. They are low interest, 30-year amortized loans, and they're very, very impactful because they provide immediate cash. They don't attach to the asset. They're basically like a line of credit. It's great.
The SBA, Small Business Administration, is locally in each municipality. You can literally call up someone and talk to someone on the phone.
I'd like to get a $150,000 commitment out of you today. Several things about the SBA, Small Business Administration. They cater to businesses like this.
I've never gotten a loan before. How does an SBA loan work, and what are your terms on something like that? How's that work?
It's the best money you can buy because it's based on how you've been doing in the past. So that's what they expect you to do in recovery.
Okay.
And the interest rate is just like slightly over 3%. So the money is incredibly inexpensive.
Well, if we can get that through SBA, if we can do it through those avenues, we can do it.
I gotta say, Russell has been the hero of Undercover Billionaire from episode 1. It's not even close. I mean, Elaine goes up to him and says, I need a $150,000 loan from the SBA today, and I need you to go out there and get it. And he really doesn't hesitate. He jumps right in and gives her the help that she needs to turn Shepherd's Inn into what it needs to be. Now, she mentions the SBA, the Small Business Administration. And if you go to their website, you can see that there are not only resources for loans, but there's resources for grants. There's resources for starting a business, how to develop a business plan, how to grow your business, how to market, how to do social media. The Small Business Administration website is full of information to help you learn how to grow your business. And they do also provide those inexpensive loans to help grow businesses and develop and raise capital and things of that nature. But at the end of the day, the loans that they provide are a lot less expensive than if you were to get a hard money loan, or if you were to go to a bank and even try to get a construction loan. The SBA loans are so much cheaper because they're backed by the federal government with what they're providing, especially in this COVID time, where they are providing EIDL grants, EIDL grants, and PPP loans. Those types of things are still in effect, and you can still, at least at the time of the recording of this video, be able to get the assistance that you need. And so Elaine has gone to Russell, the one person that she trusts. And that's another key, is make sure that the people you're partnering with are people you can work with and people that you can trust, that will be there for you when you need them, that aren't going to bail out. They're not going to sell out their family members and their other partners to make themselves look good. At the end of the day, they're people that you can bank on. They have credibility, they have integrity, and they have the resources to help you. So look for Russells out there like him to be business partners with. That's it for this breakdown. This is Drew Page. You can reach me at my Suffolk, Virginia office at 757-935-9065. You can visit my website at www.randallpagelaw.com. You can email me, drewpage@randallpagelaw.com. Please subscribe to my channel and like this video to help with the algorithm. You can get caught up on all of my Undercover Billionaire analysis by clicking on the Undercover Billionaire playlist link in the description below. And if you really want to help me out, you can get a copy of my book, The Right Defense for a Traffic Offense in Virginia, by clicking on the Amazon link below. So until next time, stay tuned.